Everyone, this is Sasha bringing you a video tutorial today from BP4U. Today we're going to be talking about this tone curve. And so this is a really fun tool here in Lightroom, and I'm going to show you why. So when you open up your tone curve for the first time, it most likely looks like this, with some sliders here, and you have this line on this graph looking thing. So we can use these sliders here to increase our highlights, increase our light, darken our darks, and darken our shadows, or we could lighten our shadows and lighten our darks. You can do all kinds of interesting things with that. You could even remove some of your highlights while brightening your lights. So there are other ways as well that you could use this. Fixing exposure is one of the common ways that the tone curve is used, or adding contrast. There are two presets for this contrast as well. If you click down here, you can see medium contrast, and that will add just a little bit of contrast to your photo. Here you can see the before and the after on that. And strong contrast, which is a much stronger contrast than the medium contrast. And so you have those preset options to you available as well. So if we click on this graph right here, you can see that we can change the way that our tone curve looks. Now we have more power and control over our tone curve because we are pushing the tone curve ourselves instead of using sliders. So one of the things that's really cool about having the option of both of these at the same time is they work together. You can adjust one and the other and keep both effects. So you can see that I went ahead and I made my custom tone curve here. But now I can come down here and I can add changes with these sliders as well. And so you can get these two effects here on your tone curve and still be able to come in here and kind of tweak how you want to get the effect that you desire. So you see me clicking around on this graph a lot. There's another way that you can work with this as well. And we have this button right here. And you can also grab your button up here, right here where it says tone curve. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control-Alt-Shift-T or Command-Option-Shift-T, I think it is on a Mac. So I'm going to click over here and I'm going to grab this tool, and this is going to allow me then to click on the photo. Let's go ahead and reset this first. This is going to allow me to click on the photo and drag up to lighten or down to darken. So I can decide what areas that I want to lighten and what areas that I want darker by clicking and dragging on my photo to enhance those specific tones on my tone curve. And so that is a really useful tool to do as well, especially when you are trying to brighten skin tones or maybe darken some backgrounds or some blacks. So again, if I click on linear, then it's going to bring me back to this straight line. And so to brighten skin tones, I usually move around to the area that I want to be brightened, and I just slowly and gradually build up to that. And maybe I'm going to darken the grass here. And so you can see as I click around on these different parts of the photo that the point moves, and it's grabbing each one of these different tones, and it's trying to, it will put a point on your graph here that will represent that tone that you are working with. And so the one nice thing about this linear tone curve that you can design yourself is that you can really go through here and make something that is extremely unique for you. You can go completely crazy with this tone curve. So we can make all kinds of different points. Now obviously something like this probably isn't practical for your photographs, but the point behind that is that when you use the linear tone curve, you can literally make the tone curve go in any direction that you want it to. And when you change the direction of this tone curve, this one will change as well. And so that is something also to keep in mind. So generally speaking, let me put that back. When I'm editing a photo, if I want to use one of these tone curves here, or both, I'm going to go ahead and I might start out here and add a little bit of shadows and lights, or brighten my highlights and my lights and maybe darken up my darks for this particular photo. And then I might come over here, oops, that turns that off, and back one. Then I might come over here and grab this tool and just brighten that just a little bit more and darken that just a smidge, but not too much. And I'm really happy with that effect right there. So that is all there is to it. It's a really easy tool to use, and it can add a lot to a photo. So thank you for watching this video tutorial. Happy editing!